Man, fans of the dead, am I right? Are you talking about like some kind of cooling device for the recently deceased? No, fans of the dead. Are you talking about a fancy custard dessert also for the deceased? Fans of the dead. Are you talking about the psychedelic band with the improvisational jams, the Grateful Dead? No, man, fans of the dead. Are you talking about that podcast hosted by Mike and Jeremy with every few new horror movies? Man, I love that podcast. Thank God, I thought you'd never get it. I love that podcast as well. Well, shit, we should sit down and listen together. Thank you for listening, everyone. Fans of the Dead podcast right here on You Run Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast.
I have not had a slice of pizza since July 3rd, 2013. I'll say this, man. If you're so bored with pizza that you gotta put pineapple on it, maybe you need to ask yourself about your fucking pizza, bro.
Yeah, do I have a bar this time?
So now it looks like you do.
Yeah.
Am I showing up? I got the red beeping, the red light and all that shit now too. The little red, recording shit light.
Yours looks different from ours though, right?
I've heard that before.
I just walked right into that one.
Shit.
It's perfectly normal.
Perfect.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Fatback Supreme. You know they call me Bilbo Swaggins. It's your boy, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, the sweatpants overlord, follically challenged himself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg with 2 G's. Greg, what's good?
What's up? It's all good. How you doing?
Also with us tonight, the king of Connecticut, the mustard smuggler himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, what's going on?
Hello, what up? Let's do this.
All right, Seamus, can you tell us and everyone out there about our special guest tonight?
Welcome back to another episode of the You Can Eat That Crust podcast, where we serve up hot takes, deep dives, and dishes best served with bold opinions. Today, we've got a guest who's been cooking up some of the realest rhymes out of Richmond, Virginia. He's known for his raw storytelling, sharp wit, and flow. He's not just a rapper, he's a force, a lyrical juggernaut, the community voice, and a truth teller with bars that cut deep. He's the host of the Hip Hop for the Rest of Us on WRIR, a veteran of the mic with a catalog that's as raw as it is reflective. He's never been afraid to put his soul on the table, so grab your plate, pull up a chair, and get ready to feast, because today we're breaking bread with the one and only Blackliq. Black, what's up, man?
Now that was quite the intro right there. I got to admit, yo, y'all had me at the sweatpant overlord and shit, and the follicle challenge. That shit right there, that was all 2 G's. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, we want to make you feel special.
I do. I appreciate it, yo. I got a cat on my lap right now, and even he was excited about that shit.
Man, I just want to say first off, I found your music probably 3 months ago. And, so often in life, I'll hear an artist that just fucking hits me so hard. And the first time I heard Immortal Technique, or even Zach De La Roca from Rage Against the Machine, or KRS-One. And that is the vibe I got immediately. It's just raw, truth-telling storytellers. Thank you so much for the music, man. I just want to say, rip it up, dog.
Absolutely. Gritty, real, serious stuff. We love it.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, yo. Thank you. I've had to live it. And, one of the rules, I believe one of the rules of this shit is you got to just, honesty lacks confidence. And a lot of people are scared to tell their truth to exemplify in intensely detailed aspects or ways or manners what it means to survive the times. And so I feel how could I be somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And also someone else is going through a lot of the same shit I'm going through. So I've always found the most important and easiest way is the most difficult way, which is to share these narratives and to to hopefully make some banging shit that people can nod their head to, but also something that'll sit in the back of their mind and help them identify like their solutions versus their problems. You know what I'm saying? Because the solutions are always attached to problems. So like that means a lot to me that the shit connected to you in such a raw manner. Because those are all people, I've done shows in Immortal Technique. I haven't done anything with KRS before, but like, those two hit me in such a way, you know what I'm saying, that to hear that I hit you in the same kind of way, that shit, that means a lot, yo. Thank you.
Well, absolutely. It takes a lot to put yourself out there like that, and a lot of people will hold back and not give the raw truth, and so we appreciate you even talking about things or putting it in your music, at least in that form. And like I said, back then we were told not to talk about things, but you talk about it by expressing it through your art, and
the realest songs come from the heart, for sure.
Absolutely, yo. And I tell people all the time, if you're like, because the big contrast, and also why like something like Strange Famous, you know what I'm saying, they were such a huge connective piece for me, was because like people always talk about like the big three emotions like anger, sex, or lust in comedy. People want to make music for everybody, but they don't realize you have to spread your shit out into these giant fucking categories that are basic and have no depth. And honestly, despite the fact that you can drown in a puddle, you know what I'm saying, I'm not really that interested in being somebody who's just caught up in trying to talk about the regular shit, because life is not fucking normal, man. And this era is weirder than ever.
It's harder to talk about because you worry that you're going to be judged or canceled, and it's just like you're afraid to be real nowadays. And and I appreciate real. So
yeah, I mean, I've never gave a fuck, but I'll give people music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
music's passion. So
exactly,
let your passion out.
Yeah, let your art out and your passion out, and try to be as much of the person that you actually are. Don't be out here fucking around talking about you're so and so and you're doing this and that. Like I wrote some shit yesterday for this interview thing, and one of the things that really came back to my mind is the fact that I came up with so many people who try to like persona and cartoon their life. Like they're doing this, and this, and everything's exaggerated and exponential and just a figment and unsustainable ultimately. I don't think that we have enough time in a day nor energy within ourselves to live a lie. That shit always collapses on you. So like
that sounds like a lot of energy to always constantly just living a lie.
Yeah, that's called a corporate job.
Yeah, and people see through that anyways, so I don't understand that.
Look, you
don't have to put all your shit on social media, people.
Oh, yeah, the social
I'm sure can stay private.
Yeah, social media sucks, and I hate that I have to do it every fucking day. But I do it because
helps build your base.
I mean, I do it just for one person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my main shit. The only way I could tolerate any of this shit, whether it be creating music, and like when I started making music to begin with, it was all about one person and not me. And so it's like if I could reach one person with this shit, then it's worth it. I'll work on a post for 20 fucking minutes, making sure that it fits the different platforms, that it's formatted to go here, that the video's the right, resolution and right canvas, and that the caption fits here and caption fits there. And how do I break it up on this? I'll do all this shit. Spend 20, 30 minutes sitting around and staring at my fucking phone, dying. I hate it so fucking much. And then I'll hit the button and you see these dumbass low insights and, not reach this and that, but you'll find out that it went to one person. And that one person who actually saw it, it meant something to them. And if you do that every day, every year, you know what I'm saying, you'll get 300 new people. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and more importantly, that's 300 problems. You know what I'm saying? 300 people that you're helping.
Absolutely. I think we're up to like 20 listeners now. We one day at a time.
Yeah, hey, look, I tell you, man. And Strange Famous is real theater of the mind music and shit. So it was like, Sage Francis talks about all kinds of crazy fucking mental health shit all the time in his music.
Absolutely.
So I was like, you know what? These are my people. And they found me and we found each other. And I mean, even though the most recent album isn't on Strange Famous, it's still on Strange Famous in a lot of ways because I'm a representation of Strange Famous, and I feel that they're a representation of me. And it's just one of those things where, like, thankfully, you realize yet again on the bright side of the internet that it is proof that none of us are alone, even though we feel like it. Right. We're not alone. We might be on our own at times, but we're not alone. And so, I hate to sound like a fucking AA meeting, but you got to keep coming back if you expect it to work.
And if you are alone, it's probably of your own doing. You are letting people in, or you want to be like, oh, what was me, but
Yeah, if
you
you're
don't have
alone,
to be alone.
if you're alone, adopt a fucking cat.
Right.
Love my cats. All right, Greg, why don't you start us off with the rigmarole, big guy?
So you talked about how music was a way for you to express yourself from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about your early years in hip hop and how it became your passion?
Yeah. Yo, check this shit out. So me and you guys are the perfect group for me to explain it to like this. My man Barnes, right, aka Lord Slug. We call him now the fake Slug since I'm cool with the real Slug. But you know what I'm saying? At the time, Lord Slug, right? He was my first dude because I grew up listening to hip hop as my parents played this shit. My brother, it changed his personality and shit. Like I did a song called Richmond way back in the day, and you know what I'm saying? I said Jimmy Turner James when he started pumping Wu-Tang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he changed. He went from my brother Jimmy to this cool nigga James. You know what I'm saying? Because of Wu-Tang. And I was like, I fucking hate this because I lost my brother. But at the same time, I loved Eazy-E and I loved Tupac and I loved fucking Ice-T, especially. Ice-T, yo, one of my motherfucking, yo. But like, I was into all this shit. And so, I never actually thought though that like as people, any of us could actually ever do this shit ourselves. And, my man Slug, he took me to a party and I saw this dude, AJ Shorty Rock freestyle. And it was the first time that I'd ever seen someone freestyle like that. And I was like, holy shit, like he's kind of like doing this thing. Long story short about AJ Shorty Rock, I love that dude, but you know what I'm saying? He fucked up and he fucked off, you know what I'm saying? And somehow I ended up in a position of doing things. And also he produced one of my first big local songs straight up. He produced that shit. And, he was in a lot of ways one of my inspirations and heroes on a personal level. But, shit changed, man. You can't, you're saying you can buy somebody a drink, but you're saying you can't tell them to quit drinking. And that's how it goes. But I say all that to say that because of the fact that he represented such a certain level of hip hop, my man Slug, me and him used to diss each other's moms all the time and tell jokes. And so I took the lyrics to T2000 Judgment Day and I turned it into a thing about fucking his mom. And I, in the process of doing this, you know what I'm saying? This is this vulgar deed that I would not ever recommend anybody ever do to one of their friends. I was doing this and I realized that Method Man was just saying shit. And, I'd studied lyrics. I looked at Marilyn Manson's lyrics before because people were so scared of him. I was like, what's he really talking about? Fiona Apple, I love her and I've read her lyrics and I identify with them heavily. But I had never actually in a mechanical aspect looked at the fundamentals of lyricism, especially from someone as high caliber as Meth, and been like, holy shit, like this is something that's feasible. And so that really kind of shifted my perspective on it. And, I was still very much somebody who wrote poetry, but I started to lean into the hip hop aspect. And eventually I did start freestyling and I did start rapping and I realized I sucked and couldn't breathe. And so I changed writing from horizontal to vertical and started writing by breath through a whole thing. And that was like what kind of changed everything for me and opened up the world. Then I just started recording and going to shows and freestyling and fucking just being, despite an extremely introverted person, an extroverted person because I love being afraid. I love fear. So like, I was terrified at all times to do shit, and that's what made it fun because it's like, yo, I could die. And that's the easy way out. If I fucking die, all this shit is over. So then I was like, well, then I'm gonna talk about my life and chronicle what goes on. And hip hop became a way for me to externalize and process a lot of my own mental issues and family issues and to take a look at life from a different perspective that wasn't so much, as much as an internal thing as something that was instead like an externalization of an internal experience that I could at least look at and point at and laugh at and see the different holes and spaces and opportunities that I could actually be the change that I wanted to see. And then I saw that other people could also use it. And, I used to have this whole big saying I used to say to everybody all the time was just watch out for the devil, which is what WOFTD stands for, because the devil's in the details. And most of the time you're your own worst enemy. And that's kind of like what my music has always been about is putting the detailed aspect of difficult experiences, but also representing the fact that you get through it, you find ways up. And, it kept me from going crazy or from killing myself. And that's what I do and why I do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
That was a great answer.
Yeah, very great.
I just got to say too, man, like you talking about writing by breath. I've never heard that before, man. And like sometimes I'll write a rhyme and I'll go to rap it later. I'm like, I can't fucking spit this. I wrote a rhyme.
Too many words in there.
Someone better than me. What did I do?
Yeah, that's a trick, man. Like for people, like to give you some science on that approach. So what I did was I wrote a verse over Green Onions called 730. And it was my first time attempting to do what I knew was possible, which was to write by breath. And so when I also discovered, as somebody who, was constantly fucking around with sounds and shit and, doing radio or messing around with just cleaning the record, just looking at shit, looking at waveforms, for instance. If you look at a waveform and you take it from laying flat and you stand it up vertically, it looks like poetry. And so my words would kind of merge with the waveform when I wrote them by the breath. And that allowed me to really expose and maximize pockets, often through, addition through subtraction. You remove articles like a and you cut out prepositions, you cut out the extra enunciations, things like that most people, will count as style or slang, but are actually instead are functional tools that you can use to express yourself. Because hip hop is about people getting the point just as much as it's about getting to the fucking point. And you don't have to do it in a straight rudimentary or regulatory or rigid way. You can just fucking do what you do. You can have your style and, as they say in Def Clock, your zazz. But you can also go ahead and fucking remove things that most times people expect to be there. And that's the trick of writing to a breath. And then what you do is when you practice your shit, you do it in the places that you know you can breathe, you don't breathe. So that then you'll create new opportunities and places to breathe. And then you can breathe at any time during a verse.
Damn,
dude, that's extremely interesting.
Thank you.
Speaking of your early passions, who were some of the early artists or albums that shaped your understanding of hip hop and inspired you to pursue it?
What do you call it? I mean, Nas was always a big fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas was like the door. But once I got inside the room, I realized the shit I'd been hearing outside the door, like Ice-T and Tupac and Wu-Tang, like those things really, changed my perspective. Immortal Technique, Fourth Branch, I used to write nothing but political shit at one point. I was kind of in the knowledge of self, like political fucking trench for a moment. And then I heard Fourth Branch and I was like, oh, this guy figured it out. I'm not fucking doing that. Look how much research this guy had to do. You know what I'm saying? And I got to tell him that in person and then do a show with him. Nice. And then he did it and dedicated it to me. And then I did another show with him like 10 years later. So that was awesome, fucking cool. But, saying Ghostface Killer's album, Supreme Clientele, made me quit rapping for about 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
That's
like
amazing.
I quit. I was like, fuck this shit. Now, this album is too damn good. It's too great. And then I remember my barber was like, I don't like no fucking Ghostface. What the fuck is he talking about? What's a lobster head? And then I said, I got to keep rapping. You know what I'm saying?
There's rap for everyone out there.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know what? There's someone for me. But, the other album that really, because I've done shows with Raekwon, but the thing that really got me, and I think I did a show. I met Raekwon a few times, but I did a show with Raekwon. But the thing that got me, and I did 3 shows with him, and I ended up getting to do in my life, was DMX. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That album, I fucking hated DMX's music. I heard Get At Me Dog so many times. I was like, I'm tired of this fucking guy, man. This nigga ain't talking about shit.
The radio. I remember when it came out, I was fucking listening to that. I was down with that shit. It was dope.
My brother was blasting it all the fucking time. And I was like, fuck this shit, man. This is so annoying. And then but my thing is that if I don't like you or I don't like something you do, if I don't like something at all, I have to do intense research on it. Because to me, my dislike or hate of something is a representation of insecurity within myself. Because you've actually done nothing to me. So the offense is truly something that's coming from, it's a projection. So I have to conquer that ignorance with information and experience, and then I can have an actual opinion based off of research instead of emotion. And so I decided I was going to sit down and listen to this album by this guy that I thought wasn't shit.
And then you find out probably the radio hits weren't the greatest. The other ones were, the other tracks.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't even just that. It was the fact that he showed such an amazing array of depth as a person. And he also showed that his pain was something that drove him, but that he was not ignorant and that he was not somebody who was invincible either. He was wounded and he was asking for help, but he was also saying that since nobody's here to help me, he says mad niggas' dreams caught the last trains, mine's missed it. Like shit like that, little small lines like that really showed me that this is a man that no one was willing to give a chance. But he was a galaxy, man. He was a universe. He was a true poet and he was a warrior. And that album really did change my perspective. I listen to No Limit. There's depth in that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's depth in a lot of shit out there that you wouldn't expect it to be. But DMX's album was one of those experiences when I listened to it. It changed my fucking life. And I'll never forgot it. And I did 3 shows with DMX. You know what I'm saying? And each time it was a different DMX, but the same. And that meant a lot to me because, it was a big full circle moment. Same with, I opened for Snoop twice and that shit was fucking crazy to know that we'd traveled across the interstate and shit and you know, all the bad things in my life that have happened to Doggy Style, and then like to see I'm on the same show with this guy and all this shit, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
surreal.
yeah, it's some surreal dream shit. And you know, that's kind of like the thing that always makes me stop whenever I'm feeling like I'm not doing shit or that I'm missing the point or that like, is this really good or not? It's like, yo, these people that are my heroes, some of them are my peers, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of friends, they're all my peers because they're not my rivals and my enemies. And they're all inspirations and all reasons why I'm here now able to do it. And I'm now one of them.
And they're all flawed, just like all of us.
Oh, absolutely, man. They're all fucked up people. He was living in a cage, man. It was real fucked up.
Yeah, he was asking for help for decades.
Yeah. And when he, just to be brief about it, but when I did the second show with him, he was late. He flew from Hawaii and he was fucked up. He got fucked up on the plane. And of course, and then he showed up, I think, on a motorcycle or something super late for this show. And people were pissed. And like his infrastructure, you could feel the frustration and the pressure because if he doesn't perform, they don't eat, you know?
Yeah.
And you could feel that pressure and just how much he didn't want to be there when he got there and how much they didn't they were just like, we're tired of this guy.
Yeah.
But he still took the time. When I told his DJ that my father was incarcerated and I wanted to get a flick for my pops, like he took me up, and when he told X, who did not want to talk, he told X, and X was like, hold on, man, we gotta do this right now. And so we hit the jail poses and everything. And I was like, thank you, man. You know, you changed my life. And this should mean a lot to my pops. He's down. And he was like, you know, he talked for a second and shit. It was like, word. But like, it was one of those things, man. Like I was very sad when he passed away. But if you watch that documentary on HBO, you can see that he had figured something out about what it means to live and love. And I think that's more than what most of us can ask for. Despite the fact that he had every other motherfucking thing. That Drink Champs interview was also good till like the last third when he was fucked up and the African guy showed up talking about having sex with every race in the world and shit. Like, and then he stops and he was like, I'm a piece of shit. And it was like, yo, like, I've been around people who go through that cycle of addiction and have those reflective moments. And that shit hit me hard because I've been in rooms with like that kind of shit. Yeah. And, you know, DMX. Yeah, and DMX, I mean, I have my own bucket of that, but like DMX is one of those people who just truly, I would say that an artist, Ice-T and DMX are probably the two MCs who've impacted my life the most. And Kool Keith, fucking love Kool Keith. Dope. Yeah, I fucking love some Kool Keith, bro. That motherfucker's crazy. And not crazy like people think crazy, but like, I mean, like, he's just incredibly talented. And there's a piece of Kool Keith on almost every MC on this planet. I don't fucking care what you think.
I love that, man. All right. So growing up in Richmond, Virginia, how did the local hip hop scene influence your development as an artist? What unique elements did it contribute to your style?
Oh, it taught me to not give a fuck because nobody gives a fuck. Everybody is afraid of you and everybody's afraid of themselves. They're like bugs. Everybody's full of fucking fear and everybody wants to fit in because they feel like they don't stand out, but then they want to stand out by fitting in. And it's like, yo, you guys are so fucking confused and all you want to do is homie business. You want to do fucking no real shit. You want to have a scene, but you don't want to have a market. And a market requires actual commerce and production, which means you have to have supply and demand and you have to have people who produce and customers who purchase. And y'all are caught up in just trying to pat each other on the back instead of pushing shit forward. I saw all this, and instead of bitching about it, I tried to represent and create cycles and situations that would thus lead to people having an opportunity to experience the success that I also may have been experiencing at whatever moment, which is why I made a show series called Face Belt Friday. I threw that shit for 8 years. That's why I got into radio, which I did for fucking, I don't even know how many years. As well as what and have done, or like, you know, education, public speaking. I pushed the boundaries at every situation because Richmond was constantly against you. And that's how Richmond is with you. Richmond is a very resistant place. But if you're resilient, I tell people all the time, it's a wonderful place to be a creator, a terrible place to be a fucking consumer. Because there's nothing to do unless you're making the thing to do. And when you do make the thing to do, you get to experience it in a way that nobody else ever would. And, with music at the same time, there were lots of people who were just as passionate about the real culture of hip hop and MC ethics. When I started, it was about getting on a stage and performing. It wasn't about posting your shit on social media. You know, like I can remember back when MySpace fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like it was about being out there and fucking having your shit straight. And that's the cool shit about Richmond was like, it was like a mini New York in the sense of like, they loved that East Coast hip hop culture. And they were quick to be like, yo, your shit sucks. You're fucking fake. And then when shit blew up in the South and motherfuckers started doing shows over vocal tracks and shit, and it became about your outfit rather than what's on your inside, you know what I'm saying? That shit kind of like pissed me off and it made me go harder in the other direction. And I would press motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me the audacity to realize no one's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to help me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to ask somebody for assistance or for help. You know what I'm saying? And let them, if I do, I'm not going to let them telling me no fucking stop me from doing what I need to do. Like they wouldn't play us on the radio. So I became the radio. They wouldn't put us on stage. So I became the fucking stage, you know, like that's what Richmond gave me. And they wouldn't, even when my music sounded like shit, cause I wasn't getting like professional mixes and shit, I didn't fucking care because I was like, I'd rather tell my story and it reach somebody in my city or around the world or whatever than me sit around here and wait until something's right.
People were listening. I mean,
yeah,
how
and
long
that's
it sometimes takes, but you know.
exactly. And that's what Richmond, so I did 100 songs in fucking in the span of 9 months, 3 songs a week, 100 songs, turned that into 12 albums,
Wow.
put them shits out all for free month after month after month.
Yeah,
That's some DMX. That's some DMX labor.
Yeah.
Motherfucker was a worker. Put 2 albums out, the first 2 albums out in the same year, and then another one the next year.
Yeah, yo, and that was my shit. It was like, look, what's the fucking point of hanging on to all this? And also, what's the point of being afraid to just put my shit out? The worst shit somebody will do is not listen to it and not just keep going. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
That's great, man. Because I listened to everything you had on, fucking Spotify several times. Like, I'm going to check out this motherfucker's Bandcamp. And I went there. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's got a breadth of work. That is awesome, man. So I got a lot of digging to do here.
Yeah, yo, if you go through the Now volume, like the Now mixtapes, like Now volume 1 through 12, that's all freestyles from my WIR show. All that shit is off top, no writtens, straight live in the radio, in the studio, just freestyle when I'd have people up. And they're all organized thematically, but there's no curse words and like that, so you can play it around kids. And it's completely different than my written shit because I usually focus more so this form and there's a bit more like focus on content. Or topics that I would cover in a written song, whereas freestyles, some of that shit's actually even funny. You know what I'm saying? So like, I encourage you, if anything, go through the Now series. They're all 30 minutes apiece. I drove, the one thing I'll tell you this, you know how they do that Tootsie Pop shit where they say like how many licks to get to the center of that fucking ad? I will tell you how many Blackliq freestyle mixtapes does it take to get from New York to Richmond, Virginia in a car? It takes 10.
Well, that's great, man. I got 5 kids, so I guess I'll be bumping Blackliq volume 1 through fucking 50.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, so to piggyback on freestyling, what was your introduction to the world of freestyle battles, and how did that sharpen your lyrical skills?
Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, yo. As a kid who grew up in a fucking situation where we drove from state to state, right? And fucking followed work and we'd be in a school for a few weeks and then out of a school and then in another school. You know, I learned quick what a bully looks like and also why a bully can't fuck with me. And so, you know, I've never been in a situation really where somebody would fucking want to try. There's a few cats who tried to diss, but see, the thing is that I don't have confrontations. I have conversations. And motherfuckers are scared of somebody who will pull up on them and talk to them and say, hey, you know, and be very much like focused and intent on it. And this is what you said.
Off-putting. You can really sidetrack, something like that. Just coming at them a different way.
Yeah, and you fuck people up when you actually come
also, you're a tall motherfucker, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm like 6'3". Yeah, so like, you know,
I don't want a confrontation either.
Let's have a conversation.
They be like, yo, like, what the fuck is up with this dude? And it's like, yo, I'm never going to have to rough anybody up. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a situation, I ran with a lot of people that I can get you dealt with. So it was like, I'm not going to do that. So like, I fucking, I really
just hurts families.
Exactly, man. And I've had enough of that. So my thing is just this, is I'll say that what allows me to move in a non-combative or non-confrontational space is that I'm a very respectful person and I'm very interested in what you don't like about me to the point to where I'm actually entertained by it. So if you try to actually come at me and be negative, I'm going to enjoy that and I'm going to appreciate you fucking having a negative opinion of me, because regardless of whether you have a positive or negative opinion about anything, for you to have an opinion about it, you must first recognize that it exists. And so you were recognizing my existence. And in this ether or this world, you were actually applying your cognitive energy to my spirit. And that means that I can use that as fuel for me to rise above and manifest my own next future opportunity. I have to go backwards to go at you. Whereas I can reflect on what you said and see you behind me, but keep looking forward. So that's what I do. And if somebody doesn't like me, that's their fucking problem. And I later on will provide them with a solution, because at some point, especially in the Richmond ecosystem, especially early coming up too, at some point you were going to need something from Blackliq. And so you would have to go full circle. You're going to bitch to all your friends and say, yo, Blackliq, fuck that guy. He didn't blah, blah, blah. And all of them are going to say, but he did this for me and he did that for me. And when I was in it, when I was low, he hit me up and we talked about life. And so I don't know what you're talking about, man. And that shit would happen so much. And I'd hear about it, about stupid ass group chats and people fucking going here and there. And I was just like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And then the other thing too is, as far as battle rap goes, is battle rap turned into writing poems about each other. I respect the art like pugilism, but that shit is not what the fuck I do. I can't sit around and pretend that I want to kill you. If I say I want to kill you, I want to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So like, I can't be like, when I pull out the belt, like if I'm gonna pull something, like my pops told me, if you pull out a gun, you kill a motherfucker. You don't pull your gun out to point it at somebody. So it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend and make up fucking make-believe raps about wanting to pull out my gun and the strap and the clip is so big and blah, like, fuck that, man.
I agree. We've heard that. We've heard enough of that anyway.
Yeah, and they can't freestyle. I'm not gonna sit around and write a rhyme about you like you're my fucking father. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna see me, you're gonna see me, and we're gonna have a real off-top joint. And like, cats don't want to do that type of shit. And I understand why, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you don't get a lot of fire out of those sparks for a lot of motherfuckers. Whereas me, I'm always on fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm hot. So it's like, yo, I'm not going to sit here and play around with y'all cats and hope that somebody will want a freestyle rap battle. I'd rather have a cipher that represents completion and brings out spirit of competitive in each of us and allows us to ascend and create something that's complete, like a circuit of electricity. You know what I'm saying? A greater level of power, something that really is a contagious level of energy that shocks people at our ability to cooperate and collaborate. I love cipher energy, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to have a snaps at me, man, fuck out of here, yo.
Yo, is there anything better than like an after show cipher? I don't think so.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell you. It's like a Hollywood cigarette after some sex.
Seamus, I think you got a question, right?
Yeah. So you talk about completing something or making it real. Like, how has your songwriting process evolved over the years? Do you approach it differently from like when you were younger, or for solo projects versus collaborations?
Oh yeah. My song process used to be, I'd sit down, like, well, the long version in a short fashion is this. When I first started, it was about, yo, I'm writing too much. How do I say it? Then it became, yo, let me try to reduce this. So when I worked my retail job, I'd write rhymes on receipt paper because the receipt would force you to only fit within that space. Then when I started recording, I'd write, if it was a 3-verse song, the era of the 3-verse song. If it was a 3-verse song, I'd do 1 verse each night. Then the third night I'd record it after I wrote the 3rd verse. Eventually, I felt like that was kind of spacing out the energy and also the symmetry and the flow. So I started focusing on, yo, can I write this whole song in one sitting? Now I'm at a point to where, I went through a whole thing where I stopped writing and then I did a whole song. Like if you go on my Bandcamp, there's an album called The Black Experience. And I freestyled most of those songs, and some of those songs, and Fall for the Fly, a lot of those too. Most of those songs I recorded in 30 minutes. But like, if I sit down and write a song, like Anything You Heard on Time Is the Price or Choice Is the Chance, Much Given, Much Tested, What Will It Take? All those songs are basically 3 hours.
Wow.
And that's from write and record.
Gotcha.
Because I write 80% of the song that I record and kind of come up with the last solid 20%. It might be there, but the real final version happens there.
That's like with or without producing. Is that like you might have like somebody there helping you out a little bit, then you through?
No, I do it all by myself. Like they send me a beat, and then I disappear. And I usually record late at night, or I'll do something in the middle of the day. I'm a big multitasker, so like I might be doing something and I'll be like chipping away. But like typically any song, 3 hours. Collaborative verse, shit. You know what I'm saying? That might be 15 minutes. It could be 30 minutes, could be an hour. It just depends on what we're working with, but I'd say it's never more than an hour. I like my songwriting process has definitely changed over the times. And I'm back to writing like horizontal now also, because if you go and put your shit up on fucking Rap Genius or whatever, like transcribing your shit and taking it from fucking vertical and converting it in the horizontal, trying to figure out where the fucking bars are on that shit's fucking frustrating. So I was like, you know what? You're good enough at this point to where you can see it in your mind one way and see it on paper in another. And that's what I do now. But it also sucks because like I write on a notepad on the computer, and a lot of the times the lyrics don't match the song because I finished the song when I was recording it, you know? So yeah, so there's that. But like the process has become pretty straightforward. And sometimes I start with hook. The other thing too that I do, and I'm giving away the secrets to you guys because I fuck with y'all. This is some stuff crust pizza type shit. We do backwards shit. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Let's
like I
go.
fucking I draw numbers for song. I'm not a bar guy. I draw numbers, so I can tell where the numbers of the beat are as far as what timestamp whatever should happen at. And that's how I write a song. So I'll know a 16, if it starts at like 12, at 8 seconds, will probably end around 49 to 52 seconds. And so you have a hook that goes, you know what I'm saying, to like a minute and 11 or something like that. No,
You're
go
talking
ahead.
some Matrix vision right now.
Yeah. I do all my shit by time. And so like, you know, like that shit allows me to put together the song in my head because when I hear the beat, I hear the song. I just have to find the words for it. So like, that's what it's about, is figuring out how to pluck the right words to fit the right meaning. And then to consistently make that something that you can do without it becoming redundant, repetitive, or just boring. And, you know, that's the process and the time. You know, songs have become shorter now, so you have to still figure out a way to fit that. And, you know, the new thing is like 2 minutes and 21 seconds and 2 minutes and 29, 2 minutes and 32, 2:49. Like there's a lot of different like symmetries to these records, and being in radio really helps me stay aware of the contemporary symmetry of records, I'd say as well. It helps me out with a lot of formatting. But
I was
the process.
listening to some of your show. You play some good music. It was nice.
Thank you.
Talk about some Matrix shit. He's taking the red and the blue pill.
Seriously, he's reinventing it.
Yeah.
I'm a step away from MAGA, yo. If I get the white pill, I'm fucked.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's a lot of buyer's remorse going on right now.
So your recent collaboration with Mopes and Dub Sonata have kind of garnered significant attention. How do these partnerships come about, and what do you enjoy most about collaborating with producers?
Yo, so like the thing is, like Mopes is like me. I've had maybe 5 conversations with Mopes my entire life, right? Like we don't talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll send me something and I'll respond. Like I'm a big journaler, man. And right now, a year ago, I was working on a lot of the stuff that you'll hear on the next album me and Mopes have. And cause I wrote the Dub Sonata album and the Mopes album like kind of at the same time, but like I usually write albums.
Producer, so it's a different feel.
Yeah. And also, like, what am I trying to say in this album versus this album? Because if I'm just talking about heavy life shit in every fucking album, my life's not getting better. And that means that I'm telling you stories, but my life is fucked up. And it's like, well, why isn't your life getting better? It should be getting better. So, like, I didn't want to do something that was super duper heavy with Mopes. And I wanted to do something that was kind of a little more lyrical, but also just a lot of funny shit talk, sex jokes, all kinds of shit like that. So I have a thematic album with him that's coming that's a lot different than what you hear in Much Given, Much Tested. But the thing about the 2 different producers is that Mopes is like me and Dub Sonata is completely not like me at all. So me and Dub fucking hated each other most of the time through this shit, one way or another. Like we fucking got on each other's nerves so fucking much. And we've had curse outs. We've had like, yo, what the fuck you mean? Like, why the fuck do I need to call you? I've said this, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the album's great. So you guys made it work.
And it was Metallica, yo. It was like Bob Rock, you know what I'm saying? They hated that fucking guy, but he made the Black Album out of them.
Right.
And that's what Dub did, is he pulled that out of me. Whereas Dub is like that. And he's also got such a different sonic spectrum versus what Mopes offers. And so I believe each of them have great vocabularies that I get to compliment and also leverage into my own word. And that's what really makes the difference between working with a producer on one song and working with a producer on a project. And I love both of them. And I feel bad sometimes that I made things so difficult on Dub, but I'm glad that we did make things difficult on each other because we made great music together. And he's just such a talented, like, patient person. And Mopes, on the other hand, I fucking love Mopes. I call him the Mopes of Mopesecution. I'll send him a song. He'll send me a fucking Bret Hart gift. And that's when he'll be like, all right, he likes it. And we'll move on. I send it to Dub, and he's like, so about this part right here, and with this, I think we need to sit with it. I'm not sure. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? I don't think when I do this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's got a different approach.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to fucking tell you. Like, shit. But that's the best part about it, man. That's definitely the best part. It's the worst part.
Well, thanks, man.
So how did your affiliation with Strange Famous Records come about, and what was the most pivotal deciding factor for that decision?
Oh yeah, so I hung out with Atmosphere at the Norway in Norfolk, and I met B Dolan. B Dolan,
New Slug, not OG Slug.
yes, the
Or your
actual,
OG
no,
Slug.
the real Slug, not my OG Slug, not that guy. Fuck that guy. The other Slug. You know what I'm saying? The real Slug. And
I
that's
heard
the
the
thing.
new album, your recent
Ugly one.
song with him. It was great.
Yo,
Was it
listen.
People Person? Yeah.
Oh yeah. People person. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I got a little something on there. I got like an ad lib or something on their new album that they haven't announced yet too.
Shit.
But fucking, I met B Dolan, you know what I'm saying, at the Atmosphere show, hanging out after the show, because that's what we do, is we hang out. And we were talking about Nicolas Cage, and we got super into it. And so me and B Dolan got cool. And then fucking, it turned out that Epic Beardmen needed to play at Strange Matter, and they wanted the date that I had already booked for my show series. I hadn't announced my show series yet, so I was like, fuck yeah, I'll give it to them. B Dolan's the man. And then I met Sage Francis at that date, who was extremely unapproachable and angry. It was awesome. And I was like, yo, this guy's a dick. And then I was like, but then he was actually kind. I was like, maybe it's kayfabe, you know? Like, maybe that's just his thing. And
moody. I could be moody.
oh yeah, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean respectfully. Like, he was still like a gentleman in a lot of ways. And I got it, because people are fucking weird about Sage Francis. So he's got to be guarded, because motherfuckers would be so like, so I want to be catch up to your French fry about his shit. It's like, yo, like leave me the fuck alone. So like, you know, I hung out with them that night, but then when the pandemic happened, they remembered, because I'd serviced their records on the radio and everything too. I got an email asking if I wanted to be part of a Strange Famous and Friends project, and I said fuck yeah. And then he was like, here's a pile of beats that we can get on, and I was like, which ones can I not get on? And he was like, and I was like, all right, well then I'm doing all these now. So I fucking sent. I did that shit in like a week. I sent like all these 16s over and shit. And I was like, what's up with everything else? And he was like, people aren't being as aggressive about this as you are. And I was like, this is the way I am. And so then Mopes, who was prolific at the time, he had produced that stuff, and he heard me on all the beats, and he was like, what's this guy's deal? And Sage was like, hit him up. And so we started working together. And then I circled back and I was like, yo, I want to put this project out. We've got some really strong music here. And he represented it to Sage, and Sage was like, how about we put it out? And then there was a miscommunication about how we were going to put it out. And then it turned out they wanted me to like join Strange Famous. And I was like, hell yeah. I joined Strange Famous. And so then it was just, you know, I went to fucking Rhode Island. We shot Party McFly. And that was kind of like where we all finally, you know, shook hands and sniffed each other's butts. And now we're family.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So, yeah, B Dolan is such talent. I love his music too. I love the Epic Beardmen. I would love to see them come back. So, what are some of the biggest challenges you face as an independent artist in today's music landscape?
Everything. Everything. It all fucking sucks. Everything sucks. It's the worst fucking shit ever. I tell people all the time, the one thing I would never tell you to do is be a fucking rapper. Like, this shit is terrible. This shit is the worst thing ever to do. Like, you either do it or you don't. That's the best thing and the worst thing. Like, you either decide every day, 24 hours a day, to think and live this shit within reason, but also within sustainable effort and that extra inch, or you should just shut the fuck up and be a passenger on this ride. Because I'm going to tell you right now that, like, you have to get up every day. It's not about, like, in this era, people are like, you should put out a song every month and blah. I'm not one of them dudes. I'm not trying to make Drake records, okay? I'm making records that are representative of my life for the one person that whoever is out there that needs to hear the shit. So my shit's a little different in that sense. But the thing is that,
don't
like,
throw out a song just because you want quantity, throw out the quality.
And more importantly, make it come from your heart and from your spirit, because otherwise this shit will wear you out and social media will burn you out. It's fucking lame how content is king to the point to where now you have to have a greater social media presence and, you know, do the hey guys videos and all that shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. Hey guys, just over here talking about the music. Oh no, I'm just saying it fucking sucks. All that fucking hey guys shit.
I'm thankful for Ryan and Greg because they're the social media presence on here. Like, my shit's weak. Like, I created an IG and I didn't even put a photo up. Like, that was it. I was like, I clicked follow a couple of people and I was like,
I mean,
my
look,
boys got me.
One a day, man. I believe, like, like Blame the Label says, promote your music every day. Just give your music one post a day, but also share your life. Don't be a fucking weirdo about it. Don't pretend. Don't try to come up with little happy skit dance fucking video shits. To me, that shit is lame. You know what I'm saying? That shit might be popping to other people, and if that's your lane, congratulations. But guess what? You'll never survive in my fucking world. So, like, that's how I am about it. But I mean, it all sucks. And I'm upfront about that because I want people to understand that what I'm doing is hard. And what I'm doing is difficult, but more importantly, more than anything, I own what I'm doing. It's a choice. And so if I'm going to make this happen, then you people need to know, whether you like my shit or not, that this is me putting myself into this situation. Nobody's forcing me to make music. Nobody's forcing me to post on social media. But damn it, I fucking hate it. And I do it because I know that that's where people are. And I know that there's a person who needs to fucking see one of my affirmation posts, or needs to see a picture with me and my mom or something, or needs to fucking hear one of my songs, hopefully. Like, there are people out there, and I'm not here on this planet for a long time. None of us are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the best thing that I can do is try, with all the wrong I've done in life, is try to do something fucking right. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you never know when you connect somebody, especially even social media. I'm saying it has its uses. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, man, social media
just don't always get on it.
It's such a fucking condom, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a fucking prophylactic. It's a random fuck with somebody. And it's like, why are we fucking if I'm wearing this thing around my body and I'm scared you're going to give me a disease? Like, then why am I? Yeah, let me think my fucking mind out through this shit. And also, you know what I'm saying? Why am I then, if I'm hitting it raw, why am I shooting it up? You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to spend the rest of my life with you and raise somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm sincere about this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, old dirty, I like it raw. But at the same time, I'm not a sailor. I'm not hopping from port to port with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to motherfucking just fuck whoever. You know what I mean?
Any port when you see the storm approaching.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, we can say we hate it, but it also brought us together. You're here on our show. We're connecting, and we can mingle our listeners and your listeners, and
that's what I mean. That's
hopefully
why
connect with some new people.
And that's the point, is that we do this shit and we choose to be on this shit for the one people and the one person, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's worth it, because despite all those people who stroll by, because all they want to see is tits and cats. Other people,
I mean, there's pizza on mine too.
Oh, okay. You might have to have a pizza conversation in this situation, but because I'm gonna fuck up. If you ask me about pizza, I assure you, you have no idea what the answer is going to be, and you're gonna be shocked.
Well, we're gonna save that for the end, Blackliq. Don't jump on the pizza train yet, baby.
All right, good. And that's what I'm saying though, man, is that like, it's a beautiful thing, because when you can go on social media, you can share your world. But I think that in our minds, we're always hoping that something big is going to happen, and we're always deflated by our expectations. And we're also conditioned by the shit that we are constantly force fed by these systems, algorithms, or whatever you want to call it. You know, these situations that are created or produced off of the sense of engagement. I ran several big influencer pages, big hip hop pages. I have a crazy Facebook page that came off some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've ran big time, like, over 1 million follower type pages. And the shit that always got the most engagement was when it was some shit that made people argue. And that's because we're choosing one of those baseline emotions: anger, lust, or humor. And if it made you argue, then it blew up on fucking social media. You can do organic over 1 million on engagement and reach and shit off of making people argue and hate each other. And there has to be something fundamentally broken, not only in people, but in the systems and these fucking platforms that make that the thing, that a system that makes multi-billion
Those are the biggest
dollars.
posts when you bring out the most trolls.
Exactly. And that's the thing that makes this shit fucked up. I believe that all these platforms should remove numbers. All of them. Get rid of the numbers. I don't
feed
care.
into it.
No followers. And if you want to see some shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the biggest shit should be the shit you see the fucking least at certain times of the month. Like, there should be a rotation. You motherfuckers who have no followers should get influencer level of boost for a while, and then it should shift down.
These companies are businesses, and that's how they run.
Man, I'm tired of seeing Drake's fake ads. I've seen that shit like 8 times today. For what?
I don't care who's better, Drake or Kendrick. I don't want to know who your Mount Rushmore of hip hop is. Why is Lil Peep on your Mount Rushmore of hip hop? Stop. We get it.
Man, listen, bro. I don't know what the fuck any of that shit is anymore. I didn't subscribe to the Kendrick and Drake beef
Nah,
because I don't fucking
I don't
care.
care either. It's lame.
They're both extremely talented people who have an extremely passionate fan base, and what they represent is the fact that we have so much access. You can own all the music in the world for $9.99, but I refuse to let any person's music own me.
I love that, man. So you've had audience members like turn their backs on you during performances. How do you respond to that? And what does it teach you about art and its impact?
Oh man, motherfuckers are scared, yo. You know what I'm saying? I opened for Styles P and I did a show and I talked about how motherfuckers need to stop snitching on each other. And people got upset. And I was like, aren't you here for a gangster and a gentleman? You know what I mean?
So like, snitches.
Yeah, yo, you soft motherfuckers.
Guilty consciences.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really care. I'm there for who's there for me. But if you do turn your back on me, or if you're outwardly like funny, like I opened for Conway one time. And this broad was eating a plate of Alfredo or something on the right side. And I was like, yo, you eating the fuck out that Alfredo. Like, I'll call you out on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I almost said earlier, I liken like an MC or hip hop, like, or being a rapper to like being stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy is the most terrifying art because there's nowhere to hide. But my in-between song banter, especially after being in the punk band, it is off the fucking charts, and I will harass the fuck out of a crowd. I fear no crowd, you know what I'm saying? Because I might look bigger on stage, but I'm even bigger in person because I'm not going to back down. And again, I'm not going to have a confrontation. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to treat you with respect. And if you felt like I was disrespectful on stage, you're going to have to tell me why and exactly how that made you feel. And we're going to have a moment about this because at that point, you felt seen and I connected with you. Let's just flip the fucking polarity of that shit. But I love when a motherfucker doesn't want to hear me because that means this is a new person that I'll reach. You know what I'm saying? We'll go from Saul to motherfucking Paul. And we can do that all day. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. All right, Greg?
Yeah, what are your thoughts of the current state of hip hop? Are there any trends that excite you or concern you?
I mean, I don't think that, I think the biggest problem is that we're trying to force everything under the umbrella again of hip hop. It's hip hop. Like, look, hip hop, everybody knows what the fuck hip hop is. It's like fucking peanut butter, okay? If you put peanut butter under a dead motherfucker's nose, he'll wake up and say, peanut butter. But like, if you fucking look at this double XL freshman shit, like right before I got on the line with y'all, I retweeted this fucking shit and somebody put up this tweet that said rapper loses mind during double XL freshman cypher and starts dancing. These motherfuckers are not fucking rappers, okay? They're entertainers. And they deserve respect and they deserve whatever they're working for. They deserve the opportunity to feed their family and take care of each other. But the one thing that they don't fucking need is to be categorized as a fucking hip hop because they are nothing like me. Those motherfuckers can't fucking freestyle. They can't get in a cypher. They can't get on a stage and perform their records without a backing track. They're not they're not subscribing to any of the cultural prerequisites of skill that are required to be a fucking MC. Like RZA said, it takes years for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you look at the culture and the aspect of it and what's being moved forward and what's not being promoted and also the fierceness of independence, the struggle for it to have fan base loyalty, the diversification of audiences, the fact that hip hop is universally everywhere, the fact that I can teach kids how to rhyme as a fucking reflective art form to process trauma and thoughts, like all these different things. And you can look at hip hop and as a commercial outlet and say, yo, it's fucking fucked. We're fucked. It's dead. Or you can look at hip hop as a living, breathing thing and a belief system and a value system and say, yo, it's the greatest thing on earth still. It's everywhere and it's
constantly
alive and
evolving. And
yeah, it's just about
like it doesn't have to be straight up hip hop. You can mix genres and make something that somebody's gonna like. There's always someone you're gonna connect to, right?
But if you're a fucking singing dude, man, like if you're a singer guy, like I'm so tired of getting songs in the email that are R&B records and motherfuckers say it's hip hop. Motherfucker, you're singing, you got auto-tune, just because
there's nothing wrong with singing or mixing singing with hip hop, but don't misrepresent yourself.
Yeah, don't tell me it's a motherfucking sandwich when it's a motherfucking pie.
Right.
Because this shit is soft in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
I can't watch those XL freestyle ciphers. I'd like the last two that I watched, I just like cried because I was laughing so hard. I was like, this guy is so bad. What is he doing? Stop.
Yeah,
you know what? But at least he got up there.
Sure.
I don't look at synchronous. We have negative opinions of people because if I put a negative thought in, again, it's representative of myself. So I try to stay aware and stay informed, but also not harbor negativity towards people out there who are doing whatever they do. If you do your thing and you're doing your thing, congratulations. But if your thing ain't my thing, more than likely my thing ain't your thing either. So, okay, you're welcome. Go fuck yourself.
And that's fine. That's what makes life interesting.
I'm trying to tell you, man, but don't expect me to go to a steakhouse when I tell you I don't like steak. If I don't want steak, stop telling me you're going to love this steak. You know what I'm saying?
My family knows I don't eat water monsters, but they invite me out to a seafood restaurant.
Yeah, like, yo, it's the Men's Warehouse guy. You're going to love the way you like. Get your fucking hands off me. You don't know me.
I like to look good, not like with clothes all baggy on me.
Yeah, I'm not wearing Steve Harvey suits neither, or chopper suits. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out here on that, man. So it's one of those things. Hip hop is really hard to like, but it's always easy for me to love. Easy way to say.
That's beautiful, man. You got to seek out what reaches you. It's not just going to punch you in the face usually.
Not anymore, yo.
Nah.
And the shit that is being promoted fucking is horrible, and it's fucking whack as fuck a lot of times for me. And I mean, like, that's what I mean about the Kendrick and Drake shit, is it's made people feel entitled. It's not that I don't care about the fact that these two people did a high level execution of lyricism in a confrontational or adversarial fashion. It's the fact that the people who loved it, just like fucking MAGA and all that shit, there's people that are normal fucking people that are not fucking crazy people. But then when they get into this fucking shit, they want to change to identify with this brand. And on top of that, too, you know, the worst part of the Trump administration, I hate to go political on y'all, but the worst thing isn't Trump. It's all the fuckers around him. It's people like Steve Miller and shit.
It's so bad. It's
you know what I'm saying?
The people that worship him, it's messed up.
It's not the intercourse, it's the random blowjobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to see all this dick sucking that's going on with these fucking people. And they just are constantly doing shit.
You can disagree with them, you know, just because you're a Republican doesn't mean you have to back everything you eat.
And that's the main thing, is we don't need 100% compliance. But what we do need is to have communication, and we need to have understanding, not at the expense of the individual, but at the expansion of the individual. And so, like, you know, this shit gets, people felt entitled. They felt like they knew everything about hip hop because they listened to a Kendrick Lamar diss song.
Right.
And now you're coming to me, well, I like lyrical hip hop. No, you fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? No, you fucking don't. What do you know about AC Alone? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know nearly as much as I should know about AC Alone. What the fuck do you know about it? You know what I'm saying? I like Nas. Nigga, everybody likes fucking Nas. It's like fucking like, what do you really know about this shit? You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit. We live in a headline world. You know, one of the last things I'll say politically, so that's thematically applicable to anything, is the fact that you read a headline about, in 8 words, about 1,000 people being killed. It's 1,000 lives. It's 1,000 fucking stories. It's 1,000 lived experiences, 1,000 birthdays. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 motherfucking souls, right? And when you say to somebody, did you hear about that 1,000 people that died? You know what they'll look at you and say? Oh yeah, man, I heard all about it. And they only read 8 fucking words. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let my life.
We look at a headline and that's it. Most people don't even read the rest of it. And it's those 1,000 lives that were lost, but there were like 10,000 lives impacted.
Yeah, TLDR, man. You know what I'm saying?
100% fuck Stephen Miller.
Oh man, yo, that guy, yo, he and Jesse Waters, like,
oh, dude, Jesse Waters, man. If you drink a milkshake, you're fucking gay.
Oh, if you use a straw,
what's up with that? I love milkshakes.
Yeah, well, then you're gay.
I knew that about you.
I bet you drank a lot of them last month. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? And like, why do we care if somebody's gay or not? Who gives a fuck?
It's fucking stupid.
How does it harm you in any way?
Yeah, as long as you ain't hurting people, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Go fuck another man in your own house and leave me out of it. Because at the end of the day, you are so much more. Your sexuality is probably the least interesting thing about you.
That's true.
And usually the people who are rallying against it are ones getting caught with like prostitutes or, you know, doing something nefarious.
Yeah, man. It's always the loudest one is usually the one who's in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
With a dick in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't fucking get it. And I hate the fact that people are like that. I mean, if you're being true to your fucking shit,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're spreading hate against people and then you're actually living that lifestyle at the same time, that shit is fucking sad, man. Because it just shows how much of a product you are, the system that you're encouraging to exist. Because you're making people feel like they have to hide.
Flawed aspects of it.
Man, flawed ass people in an evil ass system, yo. Like, We shouldn't be spreading hate about people because of who they want to love or how they feel they should be loved. We should be motherfucking celebrating the fact that people are even interested in being loved when there's so much fucking hate out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should be
Absolutely.
accepting to everyone.
Instead, we're spreading capitalism instead of peopleism, you know, instead of
Man, let's
embracing people.
Peopleism.
All right, so as someone who's been involved in both the independent and more established sides of the industry, what advice would you give to aspiring artists?
Oh man, it's as simple as this. Read Donald Passman's book, This Music Business. Or all you need to know about the music business. I mean, that joint. Read This Music Business also. But also get a lawyer, get an LLC. Fail all the time, fail constantly so that you're used to it. Get told no all the time so you get used to it, because that's what it's all about. It's about failing and being told no so you can learn how to say yes to yourself. And don't be afraid of the fact that people probably will like the most, the thing you love the least that you've ever created. And you should never fucking sign something without reading it. But you should always look at what things cost you in the sense of time, because time is the ultimate force and universal metric. If you are going to sign a shitty deal for exposure and it lasts 4 years and you think you have 15 years of dedication in your heart, you might want to take the shitty deal so that you can then come back with the knowledge and information, apply it to yourself and do things independently or in a better situation. You might want to pay your dues that way. But like a lot of it is just about the fact that be true to the art form, be true to the culture. But before any of that, be true to yourself. And if you're making fake shit, don't pretend that it's real. Just fucking make your fake shit. Go over there with those fake fucking people and get out the fucking way of people like me who are about the real shit.
Go make your fake shit. Stop wasting our time, because time is the most precious commodity we have.
Yep. And most of all, the thing to remember is that nobody owes you shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There's also nothing worse than hearing some guy spit bars about all the cars he has and shit when you know he took the bus to the show.
Oh man, yo, listen, that shit is just as annoying though as somebody who comes to and talks that lyrical miracle spiritual bullshit, right? And then you're outside and they're like, yo, I'd really love to fuck the shit out of her. It's like, yo, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? We freestyle about love and about the appreciation of a soul. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Them all super duper, it'd be them super conscious brothers who have like the fucking right, the brown colors on and shit, and they have the little fucking accessorized outfit, and they're talking about love, and absolutely, sister. Then you're outside, man, I love to fuck the shit out of her, yo, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Where you just in?
But don't forget, love is money, and send your money over here.
Yeah, like what's going on over here, man? This is another steakhouse. That's what this is.
Yeah, nobody owes you shit except Ryan. He owes me $40.
I do, yeah.
Well, you need to work on
I've gotten
the
it.
interest.
All right, Seamus, go ahead.
Back, you've mentioned your upbringing was tough.
Yeah.
And your father's incarceration
Yes, sir.
significantly impacted your family.
Mm-hmm.
How did those early experiences shape Black Liquid as a person and an artist?
Oh man, so what I learned is that life sucks. And my childhood ended like when I was in fucking like 5th grade or so. Like we got a beating and I realized my parents were pretending to know what the fuck they were doing. They were just people as well trying to figure out life. And that kind of just killed it. And I realized I just had to be patient for my own shot. Every parent. And I fucking my father got incarcerated. Like I was already an adult, you know what I'm saying? When I watched my father's incarceration play out and his conviction and see with the aftermath of that, and I've helped him fight to maintain his innocence and file motions and stuff. Like I've had a lot of situations that just really came from the fact that like it just because things are bad doesn't mean that you have to be bad or that you are bad. And a lot of us will attach a label or a scenario. A lot of us will grow up poor and become poor in spirit. And my mom was somebody who really made home out of a hotel room for us. There's 4 of us in one room for a very long time. And she made that home. And like, those are the things that we can't lose sight of, is that magic and the power of love. And despite how dirty this world will do you, we can't forget about those things. We can't let the dirt of this world take that away from us. And so like my upbringing, that it's not about a silver lining. It's about getting through the bullshit, you know, and recognizing that this life stuff is hard for all of us. It's always going to be hard for us. But, the sooner you
Absolutely.
accept that it's hard, the sooner you can recognize that it's not hard. It just is what it is. Sometimes life is difficult and you fuck up more often when life is easy. So like follow your path, trust your instincts, remember your roots, and honor your family.
And remember Huey Lewis, the power of love.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's the news. Hey. All right, go ahead.
So you've openly discussed your past struggle with alcohol and your journey to sobriety.
Yes, sir.
What was the process like for you, and like what lessons did you learn from
Oh
it?
man, so what happened is I went to Puerto Rico. I got super duper fucked up to the point where I teleported, and I told myself before I went on that trip that if I teleport on this trip, then I'm gonna quit drinking. Problem was that trip was a week before, not a week, it was a month before what we have was back then known as 40 day, a day of nothing but straight 40 ounces all day. My 40 ounce record.
What year?
This was 2014. My
Oh shit! I don't know whatever hotel you were staying in. You probably had my food because we used to ship our food to Puerto Rico.
Yo, well, I mean,
for my job.
Yeah, actually, it might have been 2012. Let me think here.
I was there for like 14 years. So
it was within it. I'm bad with dates, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm not a sobriety date guy, but I fucking quit. And I know September 14th it was 2012, yes, because the devil went to heaven went to hell. I have a rhyme that covers this for me, of course. But fucking 2012, so like in August 2012, we went to Puerto Rico. I got blasted, and I was like, I'm gonna quit. Nobody believed it. We had 40 day a month away though on the 14th, and so I was like, I'm just gonna drink till 40 day because I've committed to this. And 40 day was a celebration of productivity because I did nothing but work. When I was broken on food stamps, I did nothing but work. When they cut my internet off, I've made 100 songs. You know what I'm saying? When my landlord was like, you're months behind on rent. Now you got to pay me every week. I said, fuck it. If I die, I've been through worse. You know what I'm saying? So I went through all these things, and every year we'd celebrate by drinking 40s and running up 2 food stamp cards. So I fucking, 40 day came, and I was like, all right, y'all. And I drank my 4 40s, and my fourth 40, I just stopped halfway through. And I looked at my homies, rest in peace to Suit, my man Barnes, aka Lord Slug, OG Slug, not the real Slug. They were drunk and wrestling on my couch, and I said, I'm fucking done with this shit. And I stopped. And then 2 months later, I quit smoking weed because I was like, I was running, and I was like, what would happen if I was running? And I mean, I want to go to the crib and smoke a blunt, but I'm running right now. Like, how does that make sense? And so I quit, and I was like, let's see what happens, because quitting drinking was already fucking crazy because I have a really bad case of synesthesia, and alcohol and weed really help kind of dull the sharp edges of everything. And so not being drunk was like getting screamed at all the time by my reality. And then not smoking weed was like being wide awake and getting screamed at all the time. It's like the fucking accountant where he exercises with the fucking screaming shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that movie. Yeah. So like, that's what my life is like. And so I decided to stop though. I was like, I'm going to try to do this. I'm known as a white knuckler. And, you know, I'd gone to AA and stuff like that. Everybody thought that I would relapse, and I never did, because I was like, you know, after you get through, you have to realize sobriety is a path that's based on the fact that you're really not an alcoholic or an addict until you quit, because that's when you realize you're not doing it anymore and how much you were doing it. And then when you try to discover sobriety, you have to realize with years of burying yourself under these substances and experiences and necessities that you create in your mind, these addictions, it takes a long time to break through the surface of all that bullshit you put on top of your inner being to the point to where these have become your identity. And despite the fact that I was a successful and highly productive and I didn't really fuck up publicly type fucking addict or user, I never got into the hard stuff like coke or crack or fucking, yeah, I did psychedelics and shit, but I never got, for expansion, I never was a recreational psychedelic user. But like
Gotcha.
I found myself in a situation where I realized there were a lot of people who defined me, yeah, as crack liquid or whatever, you know, like people thought I was on coke because I had so much energy. But it was like, yo, I'm smoking and drinking. These are like the soundtracks to the video game that is my work. And so I fucking constantly worked and worked. And when I stopped, a lot of people didn't think that I'd be able to keep this going. And I proved them wrong. I remember the first time I freestyled on the radio, I was sober. I was fucking terrified. And then I realized, wait a minute, the gift comes from me, not from the substance. And from there, I've just really tried to just take it all one day at a time and to try to give people hope that they can overcome their version of whatever it is I was going through. But I mean, I've read the big book twice. I've been a guest speaker at AA meetings. I've attended AA meetings. I've spoken in AA meetings. I've done all sorts of things within the addiction community and tried to reach people. And that kind of helps me also see myself better and also to stay on track. But I don't really, just being sober because I spent so much time fucked up is like being on acid all the time. So I can't see going back ever to doing any kinds of drugs. I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm in the most focused state, most energetic, and I just feel good and I don't miss hangovers. I had some of the greatest hangovers ever. And
Dude,
yeah.
that's awesome, man. Much respect.
Thank you. So I mean, and that's the main shit, yo. Sometimes in life you gotta add by subtracting. And when I did that, not only did I subtract the substances, alcohol and weed or whatever, I subtracted a whole lot of fucking people that showed up to my business to party. You know what I mean?
Because I subtracted my motivation and a nice Sunday. The sun was out because I was hungover this weekend.
Hey, and that's what I'm saying, man. Yo, you need to take the condom off your life, bro.
I did it for 6 months recently, and I felt great. And I told myself I wasn't going to come back, but
But you did. How did you feel when you came back?
you know,
But
I'm in a cover band. Like, I don't smoke when I play shows or do podcasts because I need to like function. Because like back in the day, I would smoke fucking 5 joints per show and do like 3-hour sets and be good. But now I'm like, I do some shows are like 4-hour sets. And I can't smoke during that, or I barely even drink during that. So I usually play the show. So
oh wow,
I wouldn't be able to drink like that. I like the show would be over after 2 hours. Like everybody would be like pissed them on their money back.
Well, I only asked because I used to smoke a quarter pound a month. You know what I'm saying? That was my shit. But like my thing is this, man, is that like a lot of people hold whatever they do or don't do against themselves. I think the one thing that we need to do is just look at what we learned from each experience. I think life, I wouldn't recommend, as much as I love and I honor and I champion sobriety, I wouldn't recommend that you get to the point that I got. People should be able to have a drink. He should be able to smoke a fucking blunt. But there should be able to experience balance and learning in life. And like I took it to such an extreme. I took it so far that I fucked it up for life for me. And it sucks because weed is legal now and it's better than ever. And there's all sorts of fucking alcohol. Like 40s cost like $5 now, which is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you even afford to be? And motherfucking 40s, like Hurricane Hurricane was my shit. Hurricane's in a plastic bottle now. What are we buying? Maple syrup?
Yeah. I was in the cannabis industry for the like last 8 years, so it was tough for me as well too because I was working there, growing with it, and just having a blast doing it. But I did take a step back for like 6 months, and it was nice to clear that.
Yeah, you got to let it out so you can let it back in, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main shit. So I just hope that people, if they hear this, they take from it like, yo, you ain't got to go. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go cold turkey. Just fucking acknowledge the turkey.
Oh, you don't even have to stop forever, but sometimes you can just take a reprieve and get some introspective and
yeah, man. You got
a little differently.
You don't want to be like Blackliq, bro. Yeah, you don't want to end up like this because I'm a very hard person to deal with because it's like, yo, I'm sober always.
So, what's one lesson that you've learned through your journey in music that you apply to other areas of your life?
I would say fucking consistency is key. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like in writing or performing or all that.
And,
like keep trying.
Everything. Like working out. I don't feel like last night I worked out. I didn't start working out last night till 10 o'clock and I finished around 1 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like consistency is key. You have to demand it of yourself before anyone else. And every day you got to be willing to get up and do it. Or if you're up, you got to be willing to stay up and do it. You got to go through this shit every single day because nobody can do it for you like you can do it, and nobody will do it for you until you've done it. And you just got to keep fucking doing it every day, man. Every fucking day, you know, one day at a time and just one thing at a time and one mistake, one failure. Like count the losses, you know what I'm saying, and make the losses count. But you know what I'm saying, always be thankful because sometimes the worst thing that happens to you is the best thing that can happen to you. I got kicked off a show with Camp Low and I ended up opening for Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? It taught me the power of reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that happens in my life where things don't work right. And then I end up taking steps because of what didn't work right. And I realized all there is the path. Consistency every single fucking day, man. You ain't got to think when you ain't lying.
So aside from like your stage presence, your rhyming, and your radio show, I mean, you've also formulated a persona as like a teacher and a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to get involved in educating young people?
I got invited to speak at this Sabbath at Stony Point at this private school, and they wanted me to talk about hip hop because they were doing the umbrella theme for the year was exciting people you meet or people you meet through music. And I went as somebody who was a fat kid and socially awkward and all that shit. Even as an adult, I went to tell the story of how hip hop is like a grandma. Your grandma shows up and she embarrasses the fuck out of you and she kisses you, but nobody disrespects your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will ever say a fucking negative thing about how your grandma loves you. And that's how hip hop is. I'd bring people together that hated each other or talk shit about each other, but when it came to a cipher, everybody was equal and everybody loved that shit. And so I was like, this is a force that's helped me create social scenarios for people who may not necessarily get along or think they'll get along. They find out they have so much in common through their differences, whether it be stylistically, lyrically, or just through the fact that their approach to this art form. But also at the end of it, you have a bond. Like I freestyle with homeboy Sandman that made us friends for life. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. I've made him do an interview where I freestyled a question, he freestyled an answer. You know what I'm saying? Rhyme and reason is what we call that. And and I've done that myself. I've been the person getting asked a question before. So it's like stuff like that creates a bond. And that's what made me realize that like, yo, when I went and spoke at that school, they hit me up and they were like, yo, you want a job? You want to you want to teach? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do it because it was intimidating and terrifying. I didn't know they were going to pay me and shit. And it turned out to be a job. And I did it for like 15 fucking years. And then on top of that too, you know, working with like a nonprofit like Art 180, we're not going to schools and public schools and just encountering that that energy and that negative force and being able to offer young people, I hate to use the common term of safe space, but a place to feel safe, to express themselves and to speak and let alone doing it at a juvenile detention center and stuff. Like all these things are terrifying for me, but it also like, you come across these people later on in life and they tell you what it means to them. And that shit is fucking everything and incredible. And it's also a huge reminder that when you disseminate your skill set as an entertainer, an orator, a performer, anything, when you really start to break down your skill set, you can see how much more you can do. And education, when you start fucking with colleges and shit, especially too, that shit pays really well too. So it's like, it's not like I'm out here just, to a lot of people, they think money is what makes something worth doing. But I mean, and so they're like, oh, you're, you know, those who can't do teach. But no, motherfucker, I'm getting paid. And I'm also expanding my fan base. I'm expanding my talent, my skill set. And also I'm expanding my motherfucking knowledge of self. So, you know.
And you might be impacting a child, even if it's one child.
Oh shit! I had some preschoolers draw one time while we freestyled, and I realized I became their first hip hop experience. It'll be 20 fucking years down the line. They might have a flashback while they're drugged out or whatever it is that adults end up doing. And they'll fucking be like, holy shit, this guy was rapping and we were drawing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some shit where you realize you're a part of somebody's life forever. I have students who've come to me and told me this. You know what I mean?
Man, my school only did like we did a caterpillar from, you know, a caterpillar to cocoon to monarch butterfly.
Yeah,
we didn't have Blackliq rap at our
exactly.
Absolutely.
I make the teachers fucking rap at the end of the year too. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, Al Caprillion.
The weatherman.
Good evening.
The weather guy, Al Caprillion. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're a gamer.
Yes.
We're avid gamers here on the show.
Hell yeah.
What games are you getting down on at the
I
moment?
got rules to my gaming, man, which is typically I do two at a time, but one per room or one main joint, like a side bitch type game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't just play one.
Yeah, I mean, but right now I'm focused on Death Stranding 2. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
because I hated Death Stranding 1. I didn't play Death Stranding 1. I talked so much shit about it. I was still kind of like hurt over how much I hated Red Dead Redemption 2. So like, I did not like that fucking game. That shit was slow as fuck, dude. I don't like Westerns to begin the first place. I don't want to play a cowboy sim.
Death Stranding 2 is amazing. It's weird as fuck, but I mean, I was like I was talking about earlier, like a little bit. I was happy to be. I was ready to be baby Stranding because I didn't want to be so down with.
Hey, yo, exactly. If they re-release, there's a rumor that they're doing like a PS5 updated like remaster of Red Dead 2. If that's the case, I'm really open to trying it again.
Because I tried to get back to it. Like, I think the Red Dead games are amazing. Like, there's so much you can do. Like, I had fun just like hunting. It was weird, but when I try and go back now, they're a little clunky and they're like slow, and especially when you go through camp. Like, you're gonna tell me I can't run in camp? I don't get time for that. I need to get this over with. I want to run in and out of camp. I want to be done with this.
I don't even want to fucking camp. That's my thing. I don't give a fuck about this fucking camp. Yeah, and that was part of my problem.
Right.
I played halfway through at least of Red Dead 2. I did the hikes with the governor or whatever, all that bullshit. And I was like, yo, why the fuck am I not shooting people all the time?
Right.
The first one was like GTA with horses. This shit is like somebody wants me to care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did. They definitely. I feel like, yes, they did want you to care more.
Look, you can't run and shoot people all the time. Sometimes you gotta sit down and make a nice beef stew of cake.
Oh, man, you're medium pacing me. That's some Adam Sandler medium pace type shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Your latest catch to the butcher and shit. Like,
well, man, John Marston. That's what I want. I don't want Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
I want John Marston. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That motherfucker was fucking shit up.
There's this new game, a soccer game called Rematch that's dope as hell, and none of my friends will play it with me.
Why are you even bringing this up?
Because he might play. Yeah, he can't get the first match, and he already wants a rematch. I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't.
My teammates are quitting me. It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't do any sport games, man. All I play are I play single player shit. I don't play online typically, and I play campaign oriented games. Things with stories. You know what I'm saying? I love a good RPG. The Final Fantasy VII remakes were way too long and exhausting. I wrote a very, very detailed review of Final Fantasy VII R that would likened it to being an alcoholic. And that was a depressing thing for me to read. But I realized I will never spend 86 hours and 13 minutes with Cloud and Tifa ever again. And hopefully the third one, which I know I'll have to play just to finish the fucking trifecta, I know it's going to suck, but I'm just going to skip through the filler. That's one of the things I've taught myself is that if I get a point like playing fucking Dragon Age, the most recent one, I was like, I don't fucking care about these characters. And I really don't care about oh, it was dumb as fuck. And I don't care if the dragon
like at first I was pumped. I was like, combat was like seemed like tight. And then just like the story like lagged and the characters were so annoying. I was like,
all right. I'm not gonna sit through this Final Fantasy Dragon Age slander any longer.
If you want fresh, play Clear Obscure 30 or Expedition 30.
Yo, I'm gonna do that. I said if Death Stranding wasn't good, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this, yo,
I'm playing those both right now. They're amazing.
Yo, Dragon Age, yo, the ending of that game was incredible. The last chapters
was incredible.
Oh, I fucking killed everybody. I made sure every one of those lame fucking dead people died.
That was a game that could have been perfect, and they butchered it. They rushed it.
They fucked it all up. Yeah, they did.
So what's your current pick for game of the year, or what's your favorite game that you play?
I'm never good at the game of the year thing. I'm still trying to get over Alan Wake 2.
It's just personal. What's your pick? It doesn't have to. We're not saying pick the game of the year.
I mean, to me, I'm a fan of like, what are your games that you have to play every year? And for me, that's like Symphony of the Night. I play, I play that shit probably once a year. Fucking Resident Evil 1 on PlayStation 1. Wow. I got a Steam Deck, so I got to redo that again.
I think you meant like 2025 game of the year.
2020. Yeah, Steam Deck is fucking amazing. What has even come out this fucking year that's been good?
Doom was amazing. Yeah,
I like the one. I like Doom Eternal more than this one, honestly. Though.
And Doom Eternal was.
I had a lot of bullshit going on when I played that.
This one was more action, easy. I liked it.
Yeah. Doom Eternal was fucked up. Yeah, they made hard normal, so you had to play it on the easy for it to be
right.
and all that platforming also was in the way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the fuck has come out. Let me look at the 2025 game list real quick, because my thing is like, I mean, you know what I love is the fucking Phantom Pain. I fucking love that game. A lot of people don't.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
that's a great game.
It's
so open ended. It's great.
I love that game. I love it so much. Like, just is. I've beaten
I'm
that shit
looking
so
forward
many
to Snake
times.
Eater remake. I can't wait.
Yo, listen.
Probably why I like Death Stranding so much, because it's Kojima.
Right.
Yeah, I mean Kojima, man, you can give him his shit, but the motherfucker is a genius, and he does his thing. Like, he really is somebody who gives you a unique experience. And I was very skeptical about Death Stranding too, but I loved it.
Me too. I didn't want to deliver packages or take care of a baby, but
Oh.
I'm hooked. The game's
Pick it up.
intriguing. The game's gorgeous. Probably the best looking console game I've ever played.
It's
Look, I'm going to
beautiful.
say this right up front, everybody. Kojima, the Blackliq of video games. You only get the real Kojima for every video game he makes. What's up?
Yeah, I'll fucking take that. That's a huge fucking compliment. Yeah. Like that right there. Fuck yeah, I'll be the Kojima. Who are the Patriots, man? The Lolly Lule Lick, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about this shit. Yeah, I'll fucking take it. Yo, I'll say this. I'm super excited about the Ninja Gaiden stuff that's happening right now. The Rage Bound and Shinobi also, and Ninja Gaiden 4. Like, all that shit to me is cool. I was really disappointed with Assassin's Creed Shadows. That shit fucking sucked.
Same. I loved it at first. I thought it was like the combat was so fluid and fast, and you could parkour everywhere. But then I was just like, again, the story lagged and it got repetitive.
Yeah,
and there was no exploration to it. Like you would just go to the next area, do the same thing, but you didn't. It's like I like a Skyrim game or a Fallout where you explore and you find some random dungeon or cave or base or something, and you enjoy that. This, like, there wasn't any of that. There wasn't any really exploration.
Yeah, just how about they just make a really good 20 to 25 hour game instead of trying to make something that's got to be 80 hours.
And that's
like,
true
to me,
too. I don't have time for every game.
Yeah, that shit fucking killed me. I was so disappointed. I traded it in, and it hurt for me to do it because I was like, I don't really want to do this, but like I had to because I just I couldn't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a perfect example of the game being short but incredible is Deathloop.
Oh, Deathloop, nice, yeah.
Oh, I love that game, yo.
It was great. It's like Seafood just came out and like they have like an easy mode, which I want to get back into. I want Deathloop to come out with an easy mode. Get back down.
Seafood, creators of Rematch, the soccer game.
Oh, jeez.
It's coming back. Or you can play the last year's game of the year, Astro Bot.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. No. Ain't nobody trying to hang out with fuck ass Astro Bot, bro. I'm so tired.
Thank you.
Tired of this happy ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I love it so.
You want a real gritty, intense game? Get Baldur's Gate 3 the year before Game of the Year.
Yeah, you fucking around hanging out with Sackboy still.
But
that's the lets me know that.
You gotta have a lot of time on your hands for Baldur's Gate 3, though.
Yeah, that's a lot. But everybody says it's incredible. Yeah, I'm not rolling dice, and I'd play Disco Elysium before I played Baldur's Gate.
Ooh, I love that game.
Weird.
Yeah,
I
always wanted to do it, but I never could convince myself. But yeah, I mean that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm still like trying to figure out what's going to beat Alan Wake 2 in my mind. Silent Hill was dope as a remake, but it kind of was way too long. It was a little bloated. But fucking Alan Wake 2, man, it just really fucking, I don't know, dude. Like, that shit was special. It was like Twin Peaks and X-Files in one game.
It was gorgeous.
Chronos is that game that's coming out. It looks like Dead Space. That game's going to be dope.
I hope so, man. We all saw what happened with fucking, with Beat People with the Pipe game. Fucking.
Yeah, Callisto.
Yeah, Callisto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, did I like this shit?
Yeah, it was generic Dead Space. It was all right for a little bit, but
I just like that it was a game that
I think you beat it quickly.
Forward. Yeah, exactly. Yo, I didn't have to go and explore and find the expansion and all. Right. I was just like, let me just keep going. I love games that drive you forward.
All right, Black, we got a couple quick questions to finish.
Lay it on me, player.
All right, what's next for Blackliq? Are there any upcoming projects or goals you're excited?
Yeah, so much given, much tested. We still got like I shot a bunch of videos like for that shit like I was going to prison. So like we got a lot of videos for much given, much tested coming, and we've also just going to continue to try to focus and expand the narrative on that. I have a song on that album called Falling Down that's about taking care of my mom, and we shot a video for that song with my mom, and it's very important to me. So I'm really excited to share that with people and like to show them like what that was like for me. You know, my mother was diagnosed with onset or basically vascular dementia. And I'd already been taking care of her for a long time through a lot of health, different things. But over the last year, things really took a different kind of turn. And, you know, she fell down. The song is called Falling Down. It had nothing to do with her actually falling down off the back porch, but that happened too. And, you know, it turned out that she needed a peg tube. So I had to become her caregiver and caretaker or whatever. And I became a little CNA kind of. And like a lot of that shit, you know, people don't talk about how hard that is. And I want people to see, how much when God or whatever you want to call it calls you to step up and be that person. I want people to know there's somebody out there like me who also had to do it, and that it's the range of feelings that you go through in that experience. It's normal and it's beautiful despite the fact that it's painful. And besides that, though, of course, we still got other videos. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drop a new video next Tuesday, I believe, for Gunmetal Black with the cuts from Tone Spliff. And I'm going to Rhode Island to fuck shit up with my Strange fam on July 12th at the Ocean Mist with Sage and, you know, the Mopes and Jesse and Zoll and Meter Maids and Jiving Scientists. Yeah, I'm going to fucking impregnate that crowd. Whenever they put me on, they're going to die. I'm trying to, I'd love to try to line up some kind of tour thing, but I don't know what's going to happen. Like right now, I'm in New York right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm spending the majority of my time up here. My life changed completely. So like in great ways. So I'm looking forward to just kind of figuring out what this new chapter is. And, I'm fucking, really looking at, kind of just leaning into the next Strange Famous album also. I got that with Mopes. And we're gonna get to the fucking point of like I hope telling that story in the way that I've envisioned it. So yeah, y'all still hear me? You there?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're just
y'all are just making.
No, we're just listening, man. It's deep.
It's deep, man. But yeah, besides that though, what I'm saying though is that the much given, much tested, you know, that's kind of going to be the core focus. We're going to shift into like the Mopes album, the tentative title to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about. The tentative title for the Mopes album is Black Man with Great Credit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have great credit. Yeah. So like that album is going to be some wild, different kind of shit. It's a story that starts with ego and it kind of, it starts to peel away at the layers and it kind of concludes with looking at life and realize that, yo, I'm a pretty depressed motherfucking person. So like, you know, there's that and there's telling that story, but mostly just trying to really figure out what elevation and evolution look like for me in the sense of not just my art, but also my process and my experience and just continuing to try to build the audience and connect with people. We've been fortunate to have a lot of success with Much Given, Much Tested. We've been, you know, moving a pretty substantial amount or volume of vinyl and fucking CDs and just really having a great monetary turnout. So hopefully that'll facilitate more independent partnerships and more opportunities and recognition for the fact that there is an audience for people or a person or an artist like me. And there's also, you know, the fact that I'm fucking doper than 99% of the people that perform hip hop on fucking stage. You know what I'm saying? I actually do my own lyrics. Yeah, you get me in person, you fucking die. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game, yo. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that shit till they see that shit. And that's what I love about it. I opened for Immortal Technique in March. And at the end of my set, somebody cried. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'm on some real life
shit.
You
want, man, as an artist.
I mean, yo, look, when you start a set with, what the fuck is up? And by the end of it, like motherfuckers are crying. That's when you know that like, yo, you're connecting with people. And that's my shit. Is like, I want people to understand this human experience. This shit is real fucking rough. It's multifaceted, but it's not impossible. And we're all going through some shit. So why don't we fucking work on this shit together instead of hating each other or acting like someone's better than someone else and just do our best and try to better ourselves. And that's what I'm doing. I'm stacking paper. I'm always working while working. I'm building credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm being thankful and happy. You know what I'm saying? I got fucking married, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck would marry me, right? But at the same time, I somehow ended up in a situation where I met my life partner. And when life fucking throws that person at you, you gotta you take that shot, bro, because the universe, like I talked to Ant from Atmosphere about this shit and he was like, life loves to do that. The universe loves to do that shit. And you don't want to wake up one day miserable with whoever the fuck in your bed or whatever, or next to somebody that you just don't want to be with and realize, yo, I had a chance at being happy. And we all deserve that, man. We deserve a chance at love and at being happy. And I've been a very unhappy person for a long time. And so like, this is different. And it's going to impact what I write about next. Like, I've never been happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually pretty fucking happy most of the time.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. So
now look,
there we go.
I know this podcast goes deep sometimes. We ask the painful questions and the hard hitting questions, but very rarely has a question hit harder than this one.
Lay it on me.
And I hope you're ready for
All
it,
right.
Black. And prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Do you eat the pizza crust? And what does your perfect pizza look like?
Ooh.
Go.
Now, I hope that you prepared yourself for the answers to this question, because I didn't go too deep in wondering what the fuck this pizza thing was going to be about with y'all, but I fucking started to suspect a few things. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember the Jay-Z album, Magna Carta, Holy Grail?
Yeah.
I bet your iPhone does too. It came out. It came out on July 4th, 2013. Okay? I looked it up just now on the internet. That's the day it came out. The day before it came out was the last time I had pizza.
Oh, shit.
I have not had a slice of pizza since July 3rd, 2013.
Mind blown.
I
just had something for dinner.
I quit.
3 pizzas.
The whole thank you, because what happened is I ate pizza and then I said, you know what? I have this ability to stop doing shit. I was like, I'm going to stop eating pizza.
Gave up pizza, gave up liquor, gave up weed.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But he's still loving life, man. I don't know how you do it.
Because I'm a man who's full because I'm empty. The thing is this, though, is that fucking, as far as pizza goes, you know what I'm saying? You asked about the crust. What was the crust question again, real quick? Because I'll tell you about my pizza ethics.
Do you eat the crust?
You have to fucking eat the crust. Who the fuck are you if you're not eating the crust? Number one,
scrub.
You're fucking making an excuse. What you're trying to do is be a whore.
Well, if you're not eating the crust, your pizza sucks.
Number one, that's true. But also, two, I think that it's part of the experience. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of people who cut the crust off their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? These fucking psychos, these weirdos. You have to fucking eat the crust of the pizza. You don't have to eat all of the crust, but you should definitely eat 75%. Because what it is, the crust tells a story, and it also has, it's a thicker situation. It has more substantiation. It's more filling. It's going to stop you from binging on the rest of the shit because you're fucking going too far. You know, I like the perfect pizza for me. It ended up being that I would like, because what happened is this, as a fat kid, my record, 27 slices of square Little Caesars, number one. Number two, 27, motherfucker. Yeah, 27 shots. Number two is that, what happened is I had a plug for Little Caesars, right? I used to work at GameStop. We do midnights, and motherfucking my homie that worked at the GameStop, he was a custody, whatever too, but he linked with us. He was like, yo, I'll look out for y'all Little Caesars custom, and y'all can look out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the game shit. So like we would, you know, we do that barter system. And yo, we got Little Caesars doesn't suck when you have complete access to it and you can make your own custom shit.
Oh, hot and ready.
And oh man, I was ready and hot. I motherfucking, yo, I'm telling you right now, I went fucking crazy with it. We had like the special garlic crust. We had fucking triple extra cheese with fucking green peppers and onions. We had everything.
So you took it to excess. Like the drinking, you're like, I gotta stop.
Again, just like alcohol, I fucked it up for myself so bad that like at this point, I think the perfect cheap pizza is something that is nuanced. It's not too heavy on the toppings. You have the right amount of cheese and the right kind of sauce, maybe a little kick of spice to it, but you know what I'm saying? Your sauce ratio's got to be there. Yeah. And yeah, I think that it's exactly. Yeah.
Pineapple, right? Pineapple.
I mean, I eat pineapple separately. I've never done pineapple pizza before.
Seriously, you don't have to bring that up every time.
Look, it's one of those rare things, though. A lot of people talk about it, how it's this or that. I would think you have to have pineapple pizza with ham, don't you? Isn't that like the whole gig?
Can, but that's the Hawaiian. I mean, you can do it regular pineapple. If you're a psycho.
Give me bacon pizza instead, and I'm happy.
I mean, I did that at one point. I don't fuck with swine no more, you know what I'm saying? But I did it at one point back in the day during my chubby days. But like, I'll say this, man. I'll say this. If you're so bored with pizza that you got to put pineapple on it, maybe you need to ask yourself about your fucking pizza, bro.
Maybe you need to get out of New Hampshire and get some real pizza.
Maybe you need to really start taking a look at this pizza thing and ask yourself, is it me or is it the pizza?
It's me.
Yeah, you need to revise and you need to revitalize. You need to like really change things up a bit. He's
gonna put fucking shark bites on his next pizza.
Yeah,
I gotta quit pizza. I need to quit pizza. Sounds like.
I think pizza needs to quit you.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yeah, because you're abusing your pizza. It's like that
It
to
was in
me
your
is like,
pizza. True.
when I
Thank
found
you.
out
Thank
there
you,
was
Black.
there was no alcohol in margarita pizza, and I was like, what the fuck is the point? You know what I'm saying? The fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
It's like the Fireball little nippers they were selling. They got like accused of having no alcohol. It was just a bunch of sugar, spicy cinnamon sugar water.
Oh gosh, yo, sugar and spice and nothing nice, yo. I fucking swear, yo. So yeah, I think that's where we are with pizza. I'm gonna say that.
Well, fuck, man. Yeah, I'm gonna reconsider every facet of my life now. I currently work at a wood-fired pizza place. My boss is awesome. I'm probably just gonna quit.
Wait
tomorrow.
a minute. You're getting high on your own supply?
Yeah, man.
Ryan can't make pizza. He doesn't know how to. He makes.
I make pizza, Greg. I own a food truck. I make fried chicken sandwiches. I make poutine and mac and cheese. I'm part of the problem, Blackliq.
Mm-mm.
You
I'm
are part of
killing
the problem.
America.
You fucking ruined fries and you ruined a perfectly good salad today. You tried to show us a photo of your fucking salad fries and you ruined both.
It was poutine.
I mean, the Putin is more like it. It sounds like
Oh, you don't dictate my salad or my fries with your onions.
You're taking your truck and you're putting it way over the border for no reason. You're saying you're invading the whole fucking food industry here with this truck. You know, you're just fucking shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. You know, like I don't have anything to say about transgender people or trans fat. But I will say that, like, you know, we can all have healthier diets. I mean, my diet is fucking weird at this point, dude. Like, you know, my wife will force me to eat certain things, you know what I'm saying, in the human level. But I typically live mostly off of fruit and salads without dressing. I've gone over a month before without eating hot food because I just don't fucking care anymore. You know what I mean? It might be smart, but I just don't fucking care. It's my main thing is I've ruined food for myself. I've ruined weed. I've ruined alcohol. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, man, because excess is not access. And I'm a very excessive motherfucker. And if I'm not careful, that's why I don't write rhymes when I'm not working on a project because I'll ruin that for me too. My mind is always freestyling. I've been freestyling this whole conversation. Fucking freestyles always are playing in my mind, but like I try my best to institute and instill balance when I can. But I'm not putting pineapple on my fucking pizza though.
Our listeners, thank you for not ruining rap because you just made it better, and we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yo, no, thank you for having me and my 3 cats that have been bothering me this entire time. And also just thank you also for having unique ways of introducing myself, but also yourselves. You know, mustard smoggling. That's very interesting. Most people are trying to cut the mustard. Instead, he's trying to smuggle the mustard.
It's better than mayo, you know. I'm trying to keep slim.
Yo, I don't fuck with mayo at all, yo.
Yeah, no, me either. It's just foul.
And look how it's spelled. Look at how it's spelled.
Yeah, man.
Mayonnaise. Yo, I don't trust you. That's like fuck. I told my wife last night, yo, I don't fuck with Celsius.
Oh, the energy drinks?
No, the metric for measurement of temperature. Yeah. I don't fuck with Celsius at all, yo. Why do we gotta do that? Why the number so low? It's hot outside. What do you mean it's like 8 degrees Celsius? What the fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even know where we're at if you told me what it was Celsius either, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
The energy.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah. We don't need.
I had one today, blue raspberry.
No, we don't have. Yeah, no more energy drinks. That's it, guys. I mean, Black, you've been more than fucking generous with your time. Around an hour and 42.
Thank you.
You just set the record for longest stuff crust. Most interesting episode of this You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. You were fucking amazing.
Thank you.
We want to thank everybody for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people. We're coming from the You Run Podcast Network. You can find our show and lots of other great shows there. Check out Blackliq's Bandcamp if you got an extra fucking 6 months to listen to music because that's how much material is there.
True.
And thanks so much for coming on, man. And we end every goddamn show by saying, "In Crust we trust." And even though you only eat 75% of the crust, Black, could you join us?
I mean,
so here we go.
We didn't count to 3. How are we going to do this?
Let's count to 3. I love to count to 3. Sometimes I'll count to 4, 5, sometimes even. But today we're going to keep it 3.
All right.
Hey. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
In Crust,
We trust.
We trust. That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on,
Yeah,
man. It was
man,
an
it's a
honor.
pleasure.
Absolutely,
Interesting,
yo.
dude.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, man.
Ain't no saying, yo.
Just give it like
This ends our podcast.
People felt entitled. They felt like they knew everything about hip hop because they listened to a Kendrick Lamar diss song.
Right.
And now you're coming to me, well, but I like lyrical hip hop.
No, you fucking don't. You know what I'm saying?